Knoxville since basically 2003. 2003 when I first came to law school here. First of all, I want to thank everybody for letting us come here and speak. I know everybody that is going to be speaking tonight is appreciative of the invitation from Nate and this club. And it's just very nice to get out in the community and speak to people who have shared values about the future of Knox County and what that looks like, especially the judicial system. I want to acknowledge the other applicants who are here, Judge Cerny, Heather Inns, Franklin Evans, and Ashley McDermott. I've known these people for years. Knox County is very lucky to have this group of applicants. Everybody's very honorable, and I'm honored to call you my friends and my colleagues. I've been a prosecutor in East Tennessee for 18 years, 18 and a half years next month. I started out my career in Sevier County. I worked there for about 2 years and 9 months. And then when I left that position, I was offered a position in Anderson County as a prosecutor starting in September of 2009. I've been there ever since. I've prosecuted cases at every level of the criminal justice system. I've tried everything from a horses at large to a capital murder case where we sought the death penalty. I am very interested in the law, and I'm very interested in the Constitution. And one thing that I'll tell you is that one part of my life that I'm very interested in the cases that I like to handle are cases that involve a victim. I like that human connection in my cases. I like being able to help somebody. And there's not very, a lot of lawyers got into the law to help people. And then you get bogged down in, money and whatever. And as a prosecutor, we're able to touch people's lives in a meaningful way that helps them and helps them through the worst parts of their life and the things that have happened to them. And so that's why I take victim cases very much to heart. And I always treat people the way I would like to be treated. And if I were to become a judge in this case, which I'm applying to be, I would take those values that I have into the courtroom, where I would treat everybody the way that I would like to be treated, give them a fair shot in court, listen to what they have to say, let the lawyers present their cases, and really just keep in mind that we're all here to help people. We're all here to make our community better. We're all here to make our community safer. And that helps everybody. I will tell you that every day I see the impact of the decisions that judges make on everyday people and their lives, and how things that we do in court might affect somebody 10, 15 years down the road that you don't even think, and you touch lives of people you might not know and you might not ever see again. And so it's just really important to keep in mind, the gravity of what we're doing every day, the seriousness of what we're doing, but it's also important not to take ourselves too seriously. And that's something that I really try to do, is that, I keep my humanity about me, I try to keep myself humble, and, even though, I've prosecuted a lot of cases, I don't think of myself as anything more than just somebody, a pair of hands wanting to help the community in any way. I am very involved in the Knoxville community. I've lived in Bearden since 2009, Bearden area. The thing I'm most proud of is that I am a big sister. I've been paired with my little sister since she was in 5th grade, since she was 11 years old. And I'm happy to report that she is 18 now. Tomorrow is her prom. She goes to Farragut High School. We went prom dress shopping, and she's very excited. She's going to be graduating this year, and she is going to Pella City. And that's something that I'm very proud of, and she's a very special part of my life. I attended Vanderbilt University. I grew up outside of Nashville. I attended Vanderbilt University, and when I graduated there, I went to law school. I came here to UT, and I basically settled in East Tennessee ever since. It's a beautiful place to live, and I'm happy to be here. I want to tell you that Judge Sword is a great judge, and when it comes time to think, do I want to apply for this job? Do I want to step into his very large shoes? I'll tell you that one thing that he had that is important to the judiciary is leadership. I have a lot of leadership skills that I've been able to have. I am the past president of the North Knoxville Rotary Club. which is now defunct. But I am the chapter leader for the Peterbilt Alumni Association here in town. And I have been a past president of the board of ASAP, which is Allies for Substance Abuse Prevention in Anderson County, and I did that for a period of 6 years. So I will tell you that one thing that Judge Sword has stressed throughout his career is the importance of the Constitution in our everyday life. And that's something that I would intend to continue to fulfill if I were to be appointed to his role or that position. And one thing, when I had a jury trial in front of Judge Sword this last year, one thing that he said to the jury that stuck with me was, you know, this says Division I, and people call this Judge Sword's courtroom, but it's not Judge Sword's courtroom. This is the people's courtroom. And I kind of keep that in mind every time, you know, who we work for, who we're here to help, and I think that that's kind of something that you always need to keep in mind. We have a great judiciary in Knox County. Knox County is in very good hands with the Sessions Court judges and with the 2 criminal court judges we have in Judge Sanchez and Judge Breen. So I'm looking forward to meeting you all and looking forward to talking to you all more for the future. This is an applied position. The interviews are in June 17th. The top 3 names, or the top 3 vote-getters at that panel will go on to the governor. I've been through this process before. I applied for Judge Sanchez's spot. I made the top 3 at that point, and I met with the governor, and ultimately Judge Sanchez was chosen. So as that process goes on, I'm sure I'll see you out more at these things. And you know, if I'm lucky enough to get this appointment, I'll be back trying to earn your vote. So I really appreciate your time, and I'm going to turn the floor over to, I guess, Franklin, who's probably next.
Yes.